What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing my early predictions for League 2. So if you're new to the channel, leave a like, comment, hit the subscribe button, click the bell notification and put it to all so you're always up to date from my latest videos. And without further ado, let's jump in. So, the team I'm early predicting to go down, despite they've done some signings, is Accrington Stanley. I think this season coming up, I think League 2 is going to be a very competitive league. And I think if Accrington Stanley get off to a horrific start, I think that it could be big trouble for Accrington. I really can't see Accrington staying up if they have a horrific start. They would have to have a crazy start to even stay up in League 2 or even do better. They would have to have an absolute belter of a start. Obviously, this is only an early prediction. It's probably going to change. But yeah, it's going to be difficult. Very difficult. 23rd is Morecambe. I just don't see Morecambe having the players to do it this time. I think Morecambe is really going to struggle. I think they'll do better than Accrington, but I just don't see it. I think it's going to be a really tough start, and it could be a really horrific end for Morecambe. And I think it's going to be a really difficult season. 22nd, surviving on the skin of their teeth, newly promoted from the National League, Bromley. I think they will try and buy some better players and even keep some of their players. I can't see them doing a Wrexham. To be fair, I can see them staying up, but it is going to be tight. It is going to be tight. Especially with the other teams around them. It's going to be tight. So in 21st is Colchester United. They really had to push to survive last season. I think they will survive this season. I still think this could be a tight. I think this will be a relegation battle like the Championship from last season. It will be tight, but I think Colchester will have enough to do it to stay up. In 20th, Newport County. I think Newport are gonna struggle. Realistically, it's gonna be difficult for them, but I think they will have enough to stay up. And if they can do an incredible way and push, 100% they will do it. In 19th is Swindon Town. I think Swindon, they're looking quite dodgy. And if they don't get players in that are going to really work with the manager and work with the system and all that, it is probably going to be really tough for Swindon. I don't see them getting higher than 18th if they don't do transfers. That will help them, and I think they're going to struggle quite a bit, but I think they're going to have enough to get over the line. Barrow Town, Barrow in 18th. Barrow, I think, will struggle. As we know, those near the bottom of League 2 are going to really struggle. But again, I think they're going to be very like Swindon. If they can get good players, and they could do a lot better than how many early predictions. Otherwise, they're going to have enough to get over the line and stay in League 2, but they really need to push. I mean push every last inch they've got to get out. Fleetwood Town, 17th. We know Fleetwood had been relegated to League 2 from League 1. But I think with the team they've got, they ain't getting back up for a while. They're going to have a bit of a parachute payment from League 1, which could help them, but I think it's going to take some time. And to be honest, it's very likely it's going to hurt quite badly. 17th, I think that would be a real good finish for them to try and adapt to the League Two. I'll be surprised if they do actually a lot better, actually. But realistically, I think 17th for Fleetwood would be a pretty solid finish. Grimsby Town. Grimsby in 16th. They're a very aggressive team. But if they lose key players, they might go from 4th, 5th, and they could severely drop down to like 20th or 21st. Near the end of the season, they could just get enough points to get 16th. And you know what? Grimsby, I would take that if I were you. I would take 16th. But, again, these are only early predictions, so just take these face on. And obviously, the real proper predictions will come a lot later. Probably in June, end of June, early July. Some point July. And we can see who they bought. Harrogate Town in 15th. So, nearly halfway through. Do I think it's going to be an easy task for them? No. Do I think they're going to have a good, strong season? I think they're going to have a fairly good season, but just not a strong one. Harrogate Town, 15th. Decent finish, and if they can get most of the momentum towards the end, then they should be taking that into the following season, and so on. And hopefully, I could put them a lot higher to get promoted. 14th, Cheltenham, slap bang middle table. I reckon they're going to do quite well. I think they've got a squad that, if you can bring in some better players, could really flourish, really improve and work well with the squad, and, you know, just to build a lot of advancements up than we should. And I think Cheltenham finishing 14th will pretty do. Tranmere Rovers 13th. Is this going to be an easy task? Yes. Could they get higher than 13th? Possibly if they get some good players. I think 13th for Tranmere will be a very strong finish for them. This League 2 looks very competitive, but yeah, I just think Tranmere will scrape 13th. Walsall 12th. I think Walsall are going to probably get some real good players. Probably not players that could get top 7, but for someone like Walsall to get in the top 12, 100%, I think the top 12 finish will be enough for them. I think they'll be wanting to build off what they could do this season. And you know what? It's going to be easy for them to get 12th higher. I just don't think they will. Bradford City. Bradford are a bit of a weird team. I think they will finish 11th. It's not going to be easy, especially when you're going up against teams like, obviously, Grimsby, and obviously the two promoted teams, Bromley and Chesterfield, Notts County, things like this. It's going to be difficult, but I think they're going to do enough to get 11th. AFC Wimbledon. I reckon if they can actually buy in bloody good players, really good players, I think a 10th place finish for AFC Wimbledon will do them all the best. It's not going to be easy when you're in League 2 because you get very limited choice of who you can buy in. But even if it means loaning League 1 players out, do so, because it could actually do your season a lot better. Doncaster, 9th place. I think Doncaster will miss out on the playoffs this season. It's not a big drop out of the playoffs. But I think Doncaster could lose some players. They might not get that good of replacements, but I think they could get replacements that could help them get ninth. And actually, you know what? If I was a Doncaster fans, if I were you, if they finish ninth, take it on the chin and go, we just have to go again next season and see what happens. 8th, Crewe Alexandra. Again, I think this team will miss out on the playoffs. I think the playoff could have effect on Doncaster and Crewe, especially Crewe more, because they lost the playoff final, which is not very pleasant. But I believe they can do it. I believe they've got the squad to try and push for the playoffs again, but I just don't see it happening this season. And that would be quite sad for Crewe, but I think 8th wouldn't be too much of an issue for them. Salford City, I definitely think if the owners start chucking some money into the club and letting the manager do what they want, I reckon 7th could be their best finish. I don't think they will get promoted through the playoffs. I think they'll probably get to the final and then get beat, but to be fair, I really favour Salford to do something this season, and if more money is being pumped into the club, that's actually a lot better. Number 6, Notts County. I think Notts will be a very strong team this season. Don't see them getting promoted, but playoff for Notts County could be on the cards. We know playoff, they beat Wrexham to get promoted 2 seasons, like a season before Wrexham got promoted. And to be honest, I reckon they're going to be a really hard team in the final of the playoffs. I reckon they will get to the playoff final, and I reckon they will win it. It's not going to be an easy task, but it could be a heck of a game. Number 5, Gillingham. Gillingham, I reckon, could have a really good season. It's not going to be an easy task. It's not going to be one of those piss-easy matches which you're going to have with Gillingham. But I reckon they will do enough to get 5th. Do I think they get to the playoff final? No. I think they will go out in the second leg, but I think they will put a massive fight up with their opposition. I think if this happens, Gillingham, Notts County, I think Notts County will do enough to get through to the final. Port Vale, 4th. I think that'd be a strong finish for Port Vale. Obviously, like Gillingham, if they can get really good players in, 4th, I see 4th with Port Vale. I think that'd be a really strong finish for them. It's not going to be easy, but I really strongly think they could do it. Now, the top 3, quite of a surprise. I've gone a bit against the bookies with this. I've got the same 3 as the bookies, but in a slightly different order. One might be in the same order. But for me, I think Chesterfield will do a Wrexham. I think they won't get second, but they will get automatic promotion. I think they will take that 3rd spot. I think they're going to do quite a lot of good business. I think they're going to get some pretty good players in League 2, probably loan players in from League 1, and they will push to get automatic promotion and do a Wrexham, and I reckon they will get 3rd. MK Dons. We know MK Dons is a very difficult team. For them to finish 2nd will be an incredible finish for them. I think they will be so happy if they can get 2nd. If they add some really good quality players to their squad, I reckon they could bench 2nd, no problem. And Carlisle United, 1st. This, I reckon, could really go Carlisle's way. Yes, I think it's going to be competitive. Carlisle, we know, is a very competitive team. They will always push through any of the difficult games as best they can. Get them if they can get really good players now, they can get, I reckon they will win League 2, and then realistically they will have to upgrade again if they get to League 1, which I'm predicting that they will. And you know what? I think it could really, really help them. And to be fair, Who wouldn't? Hey, who wouldn't? But yeah, so that, as you can see, is my early predictions for League 2. And I don't show this, but this was in fact my early predictions for League 1. So it's not going to be an easy task for League 2, but yeah, that's my early predictions for League 2. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment your League 2 early predictions down below. I would like to see who you think will get relegated, who will get promoted, who will be getting the playoffs, and of course, who will be staying in League 2. And if you're not yet, subscribe, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, click it to all, so you're all going to be updated for every single video I upload. And until then, signing off.